Have you ever hurt one side of your body, maybe your hip, and then weeks or months later, the other side starts to ache too? Or maybe your low back or knee joins in? You stop and think, what's happening to me? I only injured my hip. Now it's spreading? Am I putting more pressure on the other side? Is something wrong with my spine? Or am I just imagining this? That's a moment so many people with chronic pain face, that mix of confusion and doubt about your own body. It feels unfair. You've done the scans, taken the meds, maybe even had a few injections, yet the pain keeps showing up in new places. You're not crazy and your pain is not all in your head. What you're feeling is a real, measurable process inside your nervous system. Your body is still trying to protect you. It's just gotten a little too good at it. Think of it like this. If one house on a street gets robbed, what happens next? The police don't just guard that one house. They start watching the whole block. Neighbors keep their lights on, doors that used to stay unlocked suddenly have deadbolts. The neighborhood hasn't been damaged, it's just on high alert. Your nervous system works the same way. When one area gets injured, your brain and spinal cord start paying extra attention. But sometimes that protective response spreads too far. And before you know it, pain begins to appear in other joints or on both sides as if everything is breaking at the same time. So when pain starts spreading to neighboring areas, it isn't a sign your body is breaking down. It's a sign your internal neighborhood watch has widened its patrol. Just as a refresher on what pain isn't just a signal of damage. It's a protective response. It's there to prevent damage too. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for danger like a security system that never turns off. When you get injured, the alarm turns up. That's useful at first. It's trying to slow you down, give you time to heal, and stop you from making things worse. But the system doesn't just watch the exact spot of injury. Once the alarm is triggered, it starts monitoring nearby areas too, just in case. That's how your brain keeps you safe. Think back to the neighborhood analogy. After that one break-in, the police don't say, okay, it's just that one house. They set up extra patrols, neighbors check every sound, even a stray cat can trigger a swarm of officers. Everyone's on edge. Every little noise gets investigated. No one wants to take chances. Your nervous system reacts in a similar way. Once the alarm is up, it can become hypersensitive, not because more damage is happening, but because it's trying to stay ahead of danger. It's protective, not destructive. So when pain spreads, it's not proof that your body is breaking down, it's proof that your system is trying very hard to keep you safe. Your spinal cord is the local police station. It handles calls from every block before deciding which ones need to go all the way up the chain. Every nerve that leaves your spine, that's a nerve root, is like a main road branching out to several streets that serve several neighborhoods in your body. Each one gathers sensory information, pressure, stretch, temperature, and potential danger signals from multiple regions in the body. For example, the L1 nerve root comes out of the upper lumbar spine and sends branches to several areas. The upper part of your hip, the front of your groin, and part of your upper thigh. It doesn't belong to one single structure, it covers a territory. That means one nerve root can receive input from joints, muscles, and skin all at once. They overlap also, so multiple nerve roots can lead to one body part as well, so your body can stay protected even if one pathway gets irritated or injured. It's a built-in redundancy system designed to keep you protected from different angles. Now, under normal conditions, these nerve roots quietly report what's happening in their areas. Nerves in your body are constantly sending danger signals to the spinal cord for review. Most of the time, your spinal cord filters those signals, deciding the danger signals it's getting are not dangerous enough for the brain to even be aware of them. But after an injury, this filtering system changes. The spinal cord begins to turn up the volume on those incoming signals. Neurons in the back of the spinal cord, called the dorsal horn, become sensitized. They start responding more strongly and to a wider area than before. That's why pain that started in your hip can later show up in your low back or on the opposite side. It's not that the injury spread, it's that the surveillance system expanded. This isn't just theory we're talking about here, by the way. It's been clearly demonstrated in research. As far back as 1983, studies showed that after an injury, neurons in the spinal cord become more excitable and start responding to normal, harmless input. That finding became the foundation for what we now call central sensitization, when the spinal cord, along with the brain, amplifies danger signals. Later research confirmed that this sensitivity doesn't stay local. Studies on people with chronic musculoskeletal pain found that the nervous system becomes hypersensitive across larger regions of the body, even in areas far from the original injury. Reviews of this work show that once the central nervous system turns up the gain, the zone of protection expands, meaning the body starts guarding a wider area not because new damage exists, but because the system has learned to stay on alert. So when you start to feel pain in multiple places, your spinal cord has simply widened its watch zone. increasing coverage to keep you safe. It's like one police precinct deciding to patrol half the neighborhood district just in case. Your system isn't misfiring, it's just trying a little too hard to make sure nothing else slips through. If the spinal cord is your body's first police checkpoint, your brain is the mayor's office where all the reports from every precinct comes in. The mayor's office doesn't just listen to the latest calls. It builds a master map of the whole city. Which areas are calm, which are tense, and where extra patrols should go. This body map in the brain helps you tell the difference between a stretch in your hip, pressure in your back, or touch in your thigh. In a healthy system, that map is clear and detailed. Each neighborhood, like your back, your hip, or your thigh, has its own borders. But when pain lasts for a long time, those boundaries can start to fade. The area of the brain that represents the painful body part begins to spill into its neighbors. This process is known as cortical smudging, and it means your brain's representation of your body has literally changed shape. Researchers have actually seen this happen in brain imaging studies. When pain persists, the parts of the brain that represent the sore area begin to expand and overlap with nearby regions. It's like the mayor is so worried about crime, he's sending hundreds of cops to get as much information as he can about each neighborhood. Every little detail each cop sees is now high priority and goes on the mayor's desk. Your brain has started to highlight a much bigger area on the map, just to make sure it doesn't miss anything that might be dangerous. I actually discussed cortical smudging and how it's related to pain in another video. You should check it out in the link below. For someone living with ongoing pain, this can feel confusing. It may feel like your injury is getting worse and your entire body is breaking down. Pain can move, spread, or seem to appear out of nowhere. It's not random. It's your brain trying to stay safe by paying closer attention to a wider region. From the outside, it can look invisible. Friends or family might not understand how something that started in your hip can now affect both sides or your whole back. They may start questioning whether your pain is real, and eventually you may start questioning yourself too. That misunderstanding can make people in pain feel isolated, like no one believes them. But what you're feeling is real. Your pain exists because your nervous system is doing a good job protecting you. It's just doing it too well. Just like we talked about, it's like living in a city that's had one bad break-in and now every sound sets off the alarms. The sirens are loud, the lights are flashing, and everyone's on edge. The danger isn't always present anymore, but the system is meant to react to actual danger and potential danger. The bar is much lower now for everything that counts as dangerous to your body. That constant state of high alert takes a toll on sleep, energy, and your confidence. Many of my patients often describe feeling exhausted, frustrated, or even betrayed by their own body. But it's not betrayal, it's overprotection. Understanding that doesn't make your pain disappear, but I hope it helps make sense of things. When your pain makes sense, that makes you less scared of the unknown, which is the first step back to recovery. You're not weak, broken, or imagining things. Your nervous system is just doing its job.